Good morning. He is risen. Happy Resurrection Day. The reading of Matthew in the Bible. Oh, that was not good. I dropped it. Excuse me. Oh, I wonder where it is. Okay. Shucks. All right. Matthew chapter 20, verse 17. Jesus predicts his death a third time. Now Jesus was going up to Jerusalem. On the way he took the 12 aside and said to them, "We are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and the teachers of the law. They will condemn him to death." 19. "And will hand him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified. On the third day he will be raised to life." Mother's request. 20. Then the mother of Zebedee's sons came to Jesus and her sons, and kneeling down, asked a favor of him. 21. What is it you want?" he asked. She said, "Grant that one of these two sons of mine may sit at your right and the other at your left in your kingdom." 22. "You don't know what you are asking," Jesus said to them. "Can you drink the cup I am going to drink?" "We can," they answered. 23. Jesus said to them, "You will indeed drink from my cup, but to sit at my right or left is not for me to grant. These places belong to those of whom they have been prepared by my Father." 24. When the 10 heard about this, they were indignant with the two brothers. Just called them together. Excuse me. I'm trying to figure out where I went. We're going to start with 23. Jesus said to them, "You will indeed drink from my cup, but to sit at my right or left is not for me to grant. These places belong to those for whom they have been prepared by my Father." 24. When the 10 heard about this, they were indignant with the two brothers. 25. Jesus called them together and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise authority over them." 26. Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. 27. And whoever wants to be first must be your slave. 28. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Mark chapter 16, verse 5. We'll say verse 1. Jesus has risen. Chapter 16 in Mark. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome bought spices so that they might go to anoint Jesus' body. Very early on the first day of the week, just after sunrise, they were on their way to the tomb, and they asked each other, "Who will roll the stone away from the entrance of the tomb?" But when they looked up, they saw the stone, which was very large, had been rolled away. 5. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe, sitting on the right side. And they were alarmed. 6. Don't be alarmed, he said. You are looking for Jesus, the Nazarene, who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him? But go, tell his disciples and Peter, he is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him, just as he told you. Verse 18. Trembling and bewildered, the women went out and fled from the tomb. They said nothing to anyone because they were afraid. The earliest manuscripts and some other ancient witnesses do not have verses 9 to 20. 9. Verse 9 in Mark. In chapter 16. When Jesus rose early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had driven 7 demons. 10. She went and told those who had been with him and who were mourning and weeping. 11. When they heard that Jesus was alive and that she had seen him, they did not believe it. 12. Afterward, Jesus appeared in a different form to 2 of them while they were walking in the country. 13. These returned and reported it to the rest, but they did not believe them either. 14. Later, Jesus appeared to the 11 as they were eating. He rebuked them for their lack of faith and their stubborn refusal to believe those who had seen him after he had risen. 15. He said to them, go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. 16. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved, but whoever does not believe will be condemned. 17. And these signs will accompany those who believe. In my name, they will drive out demons. They will speak in new tongues. They will pick up snakes with their hands, and when they drink deadly poison, it will not hurt them at all. They will place their hands on sick people, and they will get well. After the Lord Jesus had spoken to them, he was taken up into heaven, and he sat at the right hand of God. Then the disciples went out and preached everywhere, and the Lord worked with them and confirmed his word by the signs that accompanied it. Thank you.